What is going on, guys? Rosa here, and today I have a deck profile for you guys on my Pendulum Magician lineup. I showed a replay for it a while ago, but I never actually got to showing you guys the deck profile, I realized, so I went ahead and just fixed it up a little bit and ready to give you guys deck profile on. Before I get into it, I just want to say I'm really sorry for the lack of uploads lately, guys. I've got a job now, so I've got a lot less time because of work. But I needed the money. Everyone needs money. That's why I got the job. That's why I have my Patreon and leave my PayPal in the description. If you guys want to support the channel, do go and use those. My PayPal is connected to my Gmail, which I leave in the description every single time. If you guys want to maybe help finish some decks to see deck profiles on, or just send some stuff in general, it could be mail or anything. Even if you just want to, since Christmas is coming up, if you guys want to send just like some holiday cards or something, or anything, fan mail, whatever, I don't care. I don't know if I have any fans, to be quite honest. I don't know if anyone actually really likes me or is just watching because the content's okay. I don't know why everyone's watching, but you know what? That's the question of the day that I want you guys to answer in the comment section below. Why do you watch this channel? Why do you come here, and why do you watch? Do you watch simply because I did a profile or some sort of video on a deck you like? Do you watch because you actually like me as a person or Vtuber? Do you watch because you have nothing better to do? Why do you guys watch this channel? Comment section below, I want you guys to answer that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just set up, and we're going to get started on this deck profile. I'm going to do things a little bit differently this time. I'm going to do a few little combos at the end of the video. 2 3-card combos that lead you to the same board, but are completely different hands. So, I'm going to go ahead and get that started. Again, guys, I can't ask enough. I really need help with this channel. I can't do this on my own without a fan base, without a mutual relationship. I can't really become a good Yu-Gi-Tuber. And I need to know what you guys are really liking about the channel, or what can I do better for you guys. Please let me know all this, because I really do want to know. And also, since, as I said, since I'm working, there's probably only going to be maybe 1-2 videos a week now. If I can push out more, I'll do that, but right now, I'm just really unsure. There's really not going to be any specific days a week because my schedule changes a bit. My schedule this week is completely different from my schedule next week. I'm not working this Saturday, but I'm working next Saturday, so I don't know what's going on. But we're going to go ahead and just figure this out, get this going, try to get some videos for you guys. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing any replay videos for those few decks that a lot of people liked. I might do it for just the Dino Thunder ones. I don't know when I'll have time to play test online, but we'll have to see. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to get this deck profile started for you guys. Alright, also notice that we have this nice new playmat that I got from Comic-Con a while back when I went. Really awesome. If you guys want to see who made this, I actually have a card from him. I can grab it if you guys want. Let me go ahead and just do that real quick. Alright, so if you guys are interested in maybe getting a playmat like this, go ahead and check out this person here on the card. Guy's really nice. He streams almost every day. He'll let you know if otherwise. But overall, he's a cool dude. I've been watching his streams every once in a while when I have the chance. He makes some really good quality art. These dragons here on this mat are absolutely amazing. We got a lightning dragon here. We got a sky dragon in the center. And then we got a fire dragon over on this side. Absolutely amazing. Alright. Alright, enough of that. Now for the deck profile. So, alright. Starting off, we got our 3 copies of Chronograph Sorcerer. Necessary at 3. One, he's a staple 3 of that you've got to run. It's one of your... He's just a really good extender. If something's destroyed on your field, his effect activates. You special himself and another card from your hand. Or if you can put him in your scale, destroy him. You can get a Chronograph to the... Time Gazer Magician to your board or into your Pendulum zone. And of course, it's a 1-time Gazer to go with him. And for our Mythical Beast engine, we're running 3 copies of Master Cerberus, 2 copies of Jackal King, and 1 copy of Basilisk. There will be some times where you just want to search Basilisk because you're already holding Jackal. You don't need another one, so you go and use this one instead to try to get a +1 out of it. See if you can get something that can help you out. Jackal, just really amazing. You spam counters on him, and then you get you just can get a lot of negates off this 1 card itself. And you can use him in the scale to destroy himself to get Cerberus or some sort of mythical beast out to the board. Definitely need 3 Cerberus and 2 at least 1 Jackal, because you do want to see your Jackals, because it's just a really good negate, and if you don't use it for the negate, you can set it in your scale, destroy it, and get a Cerberus on board. But you do really want to see these, because the level 6 does come up, and plus it's a spellcaster as well. So if you destroy your Black Fang Magician with this in your graveyard after making like a Naruto or something, detaching it to send it to grave, you can special this from your grave off of Black Fang's effect, which is really good. Then we got our triple copies of Dark Worm and our 2 Gate Zeros. It's just a nice easy plus. We really want to see Gate 0, but we don't want to see it too much. Usually you just want to add it to hand off your Dark Worm. And Dark Worm's just a nice easy extender. You get him in the grave, you have nothing on board, special effect, get a +1. Just really good. Plus, Dark Worm's also a level 4 Dark, so you can use him to make your Supreme King Dragon Dark Rebellion, which we do run in this deck. Now for the Magician part of the deck, we're running triple copies of Wisdom Eye Magician. Just helps us fix our whatever skills that we need, high skills, low skills, medium skills, whatever skills you need. Plus, he's also a level 4, so we can make some rank 4 plays with him. And we got our triple copies of Harmonizing Magician. Just one of the best cards in the deck. Helps us get out whatever magician pieces we need. A lot of times what I would actually use it for is I will actually special summon my Time Gazer Magician off her effect, just to have the ability to go Synchro for 7, and I can make Odd Eye's Meteor Burst Dragon. And if I have Gate 0 in a scale, I'll special summon that off Meteor Burst effect. And I could use those 2 for an Xyz summon to make Absolute Dragon. And if I could get Absolute Grave, I can get the Vortex Negate onto the board. And plus, we can just search out any of our other Magician monsters for making whatever Xyzs or Synchros we need. And plus, she's a level 4 tuner, Dark Tuner monster, so we can also use her to make Dark Rebellion as well. And we can always use her for Synchro plays as well. She's just really fantastic. And I'm running 2 copies of Purple Poison. Just helps beast attack of our monsters, and if this card's destroyed, we destroy something on our opponent's field. Really funny thing though, in my replay, I'm not sure if any of you guys saw my replay video for my Pendulum Magicians, but I versed against a invoked player. They went to use their Purgatrio on and attacked my Jackal King. So I used Purple Poison's effect to increase my Jackal's attack more than theirs. They try to go past my attack with Alistair the Invoker. I say, okay, Jackal King's effect, negate Alistair. You just lost your own monster. It was just funny. Honestly, they should have gone for something else. Going for my Jack, they shouldn't have even made Purga Trio, honestly, at that point. They just were not gonna, they were not breaking my board whatsoever with Jackal King there. Then we got 2 copies of Black Fang, one of the main combo pieces scales in the deck. It's also a scale 8, which does actually come up a lot. So the main part you use this for is when it's destroyed, you get a Dark Spellcaster from your grave to the field, which can be your Janky Magician, can be your Purple Poison for whatever reason, can be your amazing Jackal King. We just have so many great targets that we can use this for. And plus, it's a level 4 Dark, so again, it's another card that can make Supreme King Dark Rebellion. Then we're running 2 copies of Oath Dragon Magician, one of the most important scales of the deck. With its effect, we can get a... if we have another Magician in the scale with him, we can add a Magician Pendulum monster from our extra deck to our hand. So, usually what you'll do is you'll have him in scale, and then you'll have your Wisdom Eye in scale. You'll pop the Wisdom Eye, get your high scale, use it, you'll set that high scale, and then you'll use his effect. Since you have another Magician in the scale, you'll add that Wisdom Eye back to hand, which you can use to, which you can Pendulum summon it, or if you haven't normal summoned yet, you can normal summon it, maybe make your Electromite, or go for whatever Xyz or Synchro play, anything like that. It's just a really good card in the deck, plus it's also level 6, so we can use him to make Norito. 2 copies of Janky Magician. I really want to see this card. There are times where I'll special this from the deck off a Harmonizing Magician, and then I'll use one of them for an Xyz summon with maybe my whatever level 7 monster I have, whether it's my Gate 0 or my Odd Eyes Synchro monster or something like that. And then if I have another one in hand and get to the field, that's just one more negate on the board. Or if I send Absolute to grave with this as a material, and then I somehow pop my Black Fang, I could just go ahead and bring this right back to the field and have that negate ready for my opponent uses the light monsters, which would be good against decks like Trickstar, Mech Knights, anything that uses Firewall, because I heard negating a Firewall Dragon's really good. And then as a little tech, I'm just running 1 copy Rescue Hamster. It's really good, but you don't absolutely need it, but it is just fantastic to have. Some people do run him, some people don't. You could potentially run more copies of him, honestly. It's really good. So, like, if you have a Dark Worm in your extra deck, you can normal summon this, get rid of it, and then you get 2 copies of Dark Worm on the board, and you can rather Xyz those, make Dark Rebellion, or you can link them away and make Electromite. And then for the last monsters, I am actually running hand traps. Only 2 though. 1 Ash, 1 Ogre. You don't want to see too many hand traps in this deck, because you are a very combo heavy build. This is a very combo heavy deck. But even if you don't use their hand trap effects, it's perfectly fine, because they can also be extenders as well. Because most of the cards in our deck are level 4, and these are level 3 tuners, so we can use them to make our Odd Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon to help get our Absolute and then our Vortex to the board. So they have multiple utility at least, so even if you can't use their hand trap effect, at least you can bring them out and try to make your normal plays with them. And for spells, of course, we're running the Double Shrine and the 1 Foolish. We don't want to run 3 Shrine because we don't want to see too many of it at once, because that will completely just make the brick terrible. You do want to see them, but you don't want to see them too much. But you only use them there to send your Dark Worm to grave. Foolish Barrel, you can actually use to send a Magician to grave like your Janky, and then pop your Black Fang to get it to the field. So that's a nice thing you could do with that. Then I'm actually trying 2 copies of Pot of Desires. That plus does become helpful at times, but you want to be careful with your timing with this, because you do not want to banish any of your important pieces before you can get them out. Or you just don't want to risk banishing them before you can get them out. Then we're running 2 copies of Pendulum Call. Only 2, because we're running triple copies of Duelist Alliance. you can potentially cut out one Duelist Alliance and just run a second copy of your Rescue Hamster. But I don't really want to see Rescue Hamster in multiples at once, so that's kind of why I only run one right now. But if I feel like I want to see him a little bit more, I will cut out one Duelist Alliance for it. But as of now, I think this ratio is just fine. Alright, for the extra deck, we of course have our one copy of Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, just a really great negate overall. You gotta run this card in the deck. He's just too good not to run. If you're not playing him, I'm telling you right now, play him. And for our Xyz monsters, we have the Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon to go with him. That gets him out. We have one Norito, just a good negate, really helpful against Sky Strikers and in the mirror match. Your opponent activates a spell, detach a material, negate it, and destroy it. One Supreme King Dragon, Dark Rebellion. Pretty much one of our finishers in the deck, honestly. If you swing against something that's got like 2,500 attack points, you detach a material, make that monster's attack 0, and this card gains all its attack and becomes a 5k beater on its own, which is just really freaking strong. Then right now I'm running one copy of Time Star Magician. I just feel like it's still a really good toolbox card. You can get out whatever magician you need from the deck. If you make it off of something like your Wisdom Eye and your Black Fang or Purple Poison, you can use his effects, get out your Harmonizing Magician to your hand, or you can just use them to get your Chronograph Sorcery even. But if you don't want to run this, it's perfectly fine. You can always just swap this out for Abyss Dweller. Abyss Dweller is actually better, I honestly feel, but I only have one Abyss Dweller right now, but I'm not sure if I want to put it in this deck yet. But if I do feel like Time Star is a little lackluster, I will take him out and he will become an Abyss Dweller. And then finally for Xyz, running the one Tornado Dragon, because you can actually use his effects during your turn or your opponent's turn to pop your own cards, so you can pop your Black Fang to get out any of your magicians from your grave to your field for an extra negate. So Tornado Dragon's really good. And for Synchro Monsters, we got the one copy of Odd Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon. It helps us get into our Odd Eyes Absolute and then our Vortex. Just really good. One Supreme King Dragon Clearwing. Really strong card. If our opponent doesn't have protection, we can just board wipe them. Just like that. It's just freaking amazing. Running one copy of Omega. There will be some times where you're going to want to pull out a card from your opponent's hand, or maybe you'll banish something off of Harmonizing Magician that you're going to need later, so you make your Omega to kind of put it to your grave. And if that's a dark spellcaster, you could just pop your Black Fang with one of your effects, and then special that one you put to your grave back to the field. Really good. And we're running the one copy of Ignister because it is non-destruction removal, so we can easily just use this to bounce a Thunder Dragon Colossus or Titan back to the extra deck so we don't have to deal with it. So really, really good to have Ignister in my opinion. And finally for Link Monsters, we're running one copy of Heavy Metal Foes Electromite. You don't have to make it, but if you do, it's really good. One copy of Wee Witch's Apprentice. We have a lot of darks in the deck, so that 5k buff does actually become relevant at times. But if you feel like you don't need it, you can run something like Landfornicus. It's a generic Link too. In one of my videos I remember I actually used Absolute Dragon and a Pendulum monster to link for Landfornicus just so I can get my Vortex. So if you have Landfornicus, you can cut out Wee Witch's Apprentice for it if you so desire to. Next we have Decode Talker. It's another negate, pretty much, but it can also hit over stuff too, which is just really good. One Zephyr Metaltron. I really like having this card, honestly, just because the major fact that he gives you 3 down arrows. That's really all I would use him for. But if you feel like you don't need Decode, well, any of these 3 you can swap out for Landfornicus, honestly. And last card we're running is Borrelord Dragon. There's just a lot of monsters that you won't be able to get rid of by battle. Like, again, if you make Borrelord, you could take a Thunder Dragon if you couldn't return it to the extra deck. Or I don't know, maybe take a Titan or Sky Striker monster or something. I don't know. But if you feel like you want to put in Land Fornicus for what I said before, if you make your Absolute Dragon and you have a 1 dark and you can't make your Wee Witch's Apprentice, you can drop that, run Land Fornicus, or drop one of these two and make Land Fornicus. Whatever suits your fancy, honestly. Or you can even drop 2 of them and then put in a Land Fornicus and a Boral Sword Dragon if you so desire to. But that's going to be it for my extra deck. I'm not showing side deck cards anymore in the physical deck profiles because it's all personal preference. I'll still be showing them in my Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro ones. But for now, just going to keep the side decks to Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and set up to show you guys 2 3-card combos that end you on the same board of just... It ends you on 2 negates. It's not really anything enormous or fantastic, but it can extend depending on what your hand is. So let me go ahead and set that up for you guys, and we'll get started. Alright, for this combo, we're going to start off with Cerberus, Darkworm, and Pendulum Call. We're going to go ahead and start off by using the effect of Pendulum Call to send Darkworm to the grave. And off of Darkworm, off of that effect, we're going to add ourselves a Black Fang and Harmonizing Magician. Then we're going to go ahead and special out Darkworm with his effect, and then we're going to add from our deck to hand a Supreme King Gate 0. Then we're going to set Cerberus to the scale. Cerberus' effect, we're going to destroy itself, putting him to the extra deck to add a Jackal King to our hand, who are then going to set him into the scale, use his effect to destroy himself, get our Master Cerberus special summon to the field, which we're then going to use these 2 for a Link Summon to make our Electrum. Now with Electrum's effect, we're actually going to send our Time Gazer Magician to the extra deck. Then we're going to go ahead and scale our 0 and our Black Fang. Do a Pendulum Summon. We're going to bring out our Harmonizing Magician, Time Gazer Magician, Time Gazer there because that's brought from there, and our Jackal King. Harmonizing's effect, we're going to special summon from the deck our Oath Dragon Magician. With Oath Dragon Magician and with our Jackal King, we're going to make an Xyz summon to make our Norito. That's 1 negate. Then we're going to Synchro summon using our Harmonizing Magician and our Time Gazer Magician to make our Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon. And with Meteor Burst effect, we special summon something from our Pendulum Zone. So we're going to special summon our Gate 0. Now we have 2 level 7s on the field. We're going to go ahead and overlay these 2 and make our Eyes Absolute Dragon. Now we're going to go ahead and link away our Eyes Absolute and our Heavy Metal Foes Electromite to make our Zephyr Metaltron. And Absolute Dragon's effect is from the extra deck, Special Eyes Vortex. So 3 cards in our hand. We got our 2 really strong negates. Nothing enormous. If you had 2 more cards in hand, you possibly could have got more negates on the board. Debatable, but could have happened. Now, I'm going to go ahead and set up the next one. The combo is going to end on this field as well, but it's going to be with 3 completely different cards in our hand. So let me go ahead and just clean this up, set it up, and we'll get started again. Alright, this time, as I said, we're using a completely different hand, and we're going to get the same results. We're going to use 1 copy of Dragon Shrine, Wisdom, and our Oath Dragon. We're going to, of course, start off by resolving our Dragon Shrine. Doing so, we're going to go ahead and send our Darkworm to the grave. Then we're going to go ahead and use his effect to special himself and add to our hand Gate 0 off his effect. Then we're going to go ahead and scale our 2 Magicians. Use Wisdom's effect to destroy itself, and we're going to add our Black Fang Magician. Then we're going to set Black Fang to the scale and use Oath Dragon's effect to add Wisdom to our hand. Then we're going to go ahead and normal the Wisdom, link away it and Darkworm to make our Heavy Metal Foes Electromite. The Electromite's effect, we're going to go ahead and put Harmonizing Magician into our extra deck, which then we're going to use this effect to destroy Oath Dragon to add the Harmonizing to our hand. And then we're going to draw a card. Now, what we draw at this point actually kind of does matter for the combo, but as long as it's one of your 3 level 6 monsters that you run in the deck, any of them will be just fine. So, just say that we added Chronograph, okay? It doesn't really matter. You can use this effect to special itself. Just for the heck of it, we will. Then we'll go ahead and set Gate 0 to the scale. And then we'll Pendulum Summon. We're going to Pendulum out our Harmonizing Magician and our Oath Dragon Magician. That's all we're going to bring out. Unless you want to bring out another monster, if you want, then you can just move away the Harmonizing and just special. And we can make a Link 4 instead of that, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to use Harmonizing's effect, special Time Gazer from the deck. And we're going to go ahead and overlay our 2 level 6 monsters and make our Norito. Then we're going to go ahead and use our Harmonizing and our Time Gazer Magician to make a Synchro Summon. Since the Time Gazer is summoned off of Harmonizing, he gets banished this time. To make our Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon. And Meteor Burst effect, we're going to special the Gate 0. We're going to make an Xyz Summon to make our Eyes Absolute Dragon. Just like before, we're going to go ahead and link these 2 away to make our Zephyr Metaltron. And with Absolute's effect, we're going to special the Vortex. So we got the exact same field as we had in the last combo, but this time we used a completely different set of cards to do it. A completely different starting hand. Alright, so that's going to be it for this deck profile, guys. I hope you liked the new way I'm doing this. I just felt like the side deck just was not necessary for doing it this way. And doing it in real life, there's really no reason to really talk about the side deck that much. And plus, it gives me a little bit more time to like go through and show you guys some combos. I'm just hoping that it was to your appeal and that you all enjoyed. So go ahead, like, comment, subscribe for more awesome content. Or if you're already subscribed, just stay subscribed, please. And again, answer those questions I asked before in the comment section below. And if you maybe want to help by supporting the channel, do become a patron, or you can donate through PayPal, which my Gmail is connected to it that I leave in the description. The patron link's also in the description as well if you want to find it. And if you maybe want to send some stuff in, the holidays are coming up, you could send out a Christmas card maybe, or fan mail, or maybe some cards to help work on some deck profiles that you guys are interested in. Any of those will be amazing. I don't care as long as it's appropriate. But that's going to be it for this video. I don't know if there's going to be another video in the week. If there is, it might be rather Saturday or later today. I do not know, because those are actually the only days I have off this week. So, well, that's going to be it, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and this is Ryan signing off. Later.